Welcome, everyone. I'm Barbara Joseph, and I want to thank you for tuning in. And this evening, we have a little bit of a different format. We've decided to focus on sleep and the importance of sleep and how it impacts our life in every way. And Suzanne Steele from New Hampshire is going to be joining me. And I have this one quote that I would like to share before we get started. And it says, healthy sleep has been empirically proven to be the single most important determinant in predicting longevity, more influential than diet, exercise, or heredity. And that's by Dr. Tement, who's an MD and PhD at Stanford University. So we would like to share with you some thoughts we have on sleep and some solutions. So Suzanne?
Sleep does matter. And here's some facts that according to the National Institute of Health, the average adult sleeps less than 7 hours a night. And, we are in a fast-paced world, and 6 or 7 hours, as this says, may feel like it's pretty good, but over time, it really does create a sleep deprivation. So what does that mean to people? It creates a lot of issues. We can't relax. The reasons why we're having problems sleeping and getting that good night's sleep is, on this screen you see you can't relax. Now, why is that? You might have too much on your mind. You might be uncomfortable. That bed that you're sleeping on may not be the right kind of support or creating that right environment for your body. And temperatures may not be the perfect for you, or perhaps if you're sleeping with someone next to you, they may have different temperature than you, and therefore the environment is not so good for either of you. You might have breathing issues or know someone that does. And the last one's kind of funny too. Your head may be too hot. Any of these or many of these may be criteria that causes you from getting that good night's sleep.
I think some of the challenges too, Suzanne, is people have a lot on their mind. We're on technology, which kind of wires us in a different way than we're naturally wired magnetically. And also the beds that are traditionally out there on the market have a lot of flame retardants and chemicals, and some people are especially sensitive to things like that, and they have an impact. So what can happen is, let's look at some of these challenges. If you don't get a good night's sleep, just by that happening, you can begin to gain weight. And your blood pressure can rise, and that puts you at risk for more heart disease and diabetes, just simply by not getting enough sleep. So that's profound. I suspect most people have had the challenge of not sleeping well, and when they're driving or they go to work, they might feel a bit sluggish, brain foggy, and not have that energy and focus that we really would like to have every day and every moment of our life. So our immune system is compromised, which leads to other health challenges.
So what about a good quality night's sleep? This is a great quote that Sophocles wrote all the way in the 5th century. Sleep is the only medicine that gives ease. So if this is the case, it stands to reason that lack of sleep or poor sleep gives disease. I would say that for me, that was a key for me. I was not getting quality sleep 21 years ago when I was introduced to a better night's sleep. I thought I was sleeping okay until I found something that changed my life.
Isn't it interesting that you don't always know until you have something to compare it with? So we have something pretty incredible that we would like to introduce you to. It's Nikken, a Japanese health research institute, and their adaptive sleep technology. and it's brilliant. It uses the essential energies of nature and organic-based materials to create a natural environment where we can get a relaxing atmosphere, a passive massage that all leads to a deep sleep. And when you have these self-regulating fibers and ceramics that are woven into a mattress topper, a comforter, and a pillow, you're so relaxed and your body's put into a place of harmony with nature so that you can slip into that wonderful, rich landscape of deep sleep. And my introduction was 12 years ago, and I would wake up frequently being too hot, throw the covers off, too cold, put them back on, and I'd wake up and multiple times and everything was all kind of tangled up. So when I had my first night's sleep and over time, I would sleep through the night. I would wake up and you could barely tell that I had moved. Now, occasionally I do wake up in the night, but I am able to go back to sleep. And I have to say that I've done multiple physical activities, stacking firewood, dance performances, and gardening. And when I go to bed, I might be a little kind of tired, a little achy. And when I wake up in the morning, I am refreshed and energized. And it's so great for me to be able to start the day fresh. And I love being able to share that with other people. So who would like to share a story? Oh, I think there's actually another slide, right?
There it is.
Some of the other sleep technologies that we have. Suzanne?
So Barbara just talked about the main components, and sleep really is our foundation. It's the foundation of our well-being and our house of our life. And here are some great accessories. Our sleep mask, our cocoon, if you're someone that maybe you have a child that's in school or college, travel comforter that I have over on my chair, so when I'm reading in the morning, I can bundle up. And pillowcases that also do some temperature regulation in a way that just creates a wonderful experience for the head. And I would say that for me, having that sleep mask and keeping a piece of paper on my nightstand so that I can write down all the things that are blocking my head up with so much energy and thoughts. Between the mask and the pad of paper, it allows me to calm down and get that good quality sleep.
Lovely. So I know we have a few people on the line with us, and we would like to invite them one at a time to unmute themselves and share some of their experiences, short and simple, and so that other people can hear what the potential is.
Barbara, it's Ann Brienza. I'm coming to you from New Hampshire, and 17 years ago, Suzanne very kindly shared the concept of a good solid sleep, because I not only was waking up about every 2 hours, but my hands were numb and achy and sore, and it was caused by a number of things, especially stress. And I tried the Niken magnetic mattress pad because I trusted Suzanne's judgment, because it had helped her. And I found that I was able to sleep 4 hours. I woke up and my hands didn't hurt, and I went right back to sleep. Fast forward 6 months down the line, and I was having the same hot and cold, waking in the middle of the night, turning the covers off, pulling them back on. And I then was able to try and purchased the Niken comforter, which has the temperature regulating fibers that actually solved all of my sleep problems. And I was able to sleep 6 to 8 hours a night, wake up refreshed. I'm a year-round skier, a water ski and snow skier in the seasons. And same like you, Barbara, I wake up refreshed and ready to go. So I really appreciate this flagship product that we have. And to me, it's an essential. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to jump in with a few comments. I got on the sleep system per Anne. I just wanted to try it out 15 years ago. I didn't have any sleep issues, but I brought it home and I slept on it, and I was traveling a lot and going to the airport, and Dawn had to drag me out of bed. I was hopping out of bed after 3 days. I found that my energy level went up. And so we got the sleep system, and fast forward to within a few months, I realized that with Don's broken back, it was helping him, and he loved it. He traveled with it all these years. And the big thing was, we used to fight over blankets. I'd have to have 3 blankets on, and he'd have to have nothing on. And we've called it the marriage saver by many people, and it absolutely was, because I could stay cool. I mean, I could stay warm where I was always cold, and he could stay cool. And now, living in Florida, I still don't really have sleep issues, but a lot of stress. I haven't been able to sleep. So if I can't sleep, I wrap that quilt around me and I am sound asleep. So I think the sleep system has helped both of us tremendously, with or without issues, just the energy level.
That's great. Would you tell us who you are?
So Nancy Lindner, now in Florida.
Lovely. Thank you.
I'm Sue Ellen Lexier from Maine. And my own story is that I, like so many people, had problems staying asleep all night, waking up in the middle of the night, not wanting to be awake, but finding it difficult to go back to sleep. And then I had a lot of health issues that were coming as a result of that. I got the flu, I had colds, I was really quite tired, and I worked with young children. So it was not good to be going into work feeling kind of foggy brained. So when we got the sleep system, the first night on that sleep system, I slept for 7.5 hours, not waking up at all. I woke up feeling marvelous. The discomfort in my hip, which had been there for years, was not there. So for me, it was a wonderful thing. Still is. I love it. I absolutely love my sleep system. I don't like to go away for too long without bringing something with me that might replicate it, the sleeping bag or the comforter or the chair pad. But another really fun thing that happened is I had a friend who used to say she slept great. She was a great sleeper. And come to find out, she had a car accident because she had sleep apnea and fell asleep. And she was having a hard time recovering from that car accident. So I lent her a sleep system. And within about a month, she said to me, I can't get over the difference that I'm starting to feel. I was kind of like in a stuck spot, and I just couldn't get healed any further, it seemed to me. And she said, since I've been on that sleep system, I can feel there's a difference in my whole body. And she ended up buying one because it made her feel so good. And to this day, it's probably been 3 years now, she still talks about how much she likes her sleep system.
Wonderful. Somebody else want to jump in?
So I'm Carol Hackbart. I live in Wisconsin. And what I experienced from the sleep system is that I just feel totally embraced, I say, by Mother Nature. And it's so comfortable. And I find that if I have days where I'm just going and I don't get the 7 or 8 hours sleep, or even stay up all night, that when I do get my rest in the sleep system, I'm restored very fast, and I get up wide awake and have lots of energy. So I've never really had trouble sleeping. It was very subtle, very beautiful energy, and very restorative for me.
Lovely. I think we have time for one more if anyone has something to share.
This is Barb Satterwhite, and I just want to share a story of a recent new consultant that actually signed up under Dr. Caldwell, but they had a 3-month-old baby now, but I don't know how old the baby was when we introduced, but I suggested they automatically got their mattress topper. And the funny thing is, he and his wife, the first time they got on it, they woke up and they didn't know what time it was, and they started getting ready for work. And then they looked, and it was only 1:15 in the morning. They had slept so soundly when they woke up, they thought it was time to get up. But more importantly, I had suggested they get the pillowcase. It's my favorite baby gift now. Get the pillowcase for the baby and put it either under or over the baby. Well, the baby started sleeping 5 hours through the night. They're just totally amazed at how the baby has slept so much better. And I've always said, I used to send the little the mini comforter that we had that was a sample. That was always a baby gift. Now the pillowcase is a baby gift. Because think about it, if you're holding them and they're fussy, or if they're colicky, you can just throw that over them. So it's just another application for the sleep system accessory.
That's one of the things I love about who we all are, is the sharing of stories, because that's new information for me that I can share with other people. So thank you, Barb.
Well, somebody also suggested have it monogrammed as a baby gift.
Great. Suzanne?
I do want to just thank you, everyone, for the wonderful stories. A couple of things that came to mind is that we had an elder cat that slept with us every night. And so these sleep stories also go beyond babies and adults and children, but also our pets, which for a lot of people are their furry children. So we also have what we call a pet pad, which is a sleep system for an animal. And we have lots of stories that we can talk about on the animal side, but our kitty made it to 21 years old. And that pet pad is also wonderful for children to be able to have in the child's crib. So there are lots of things out there. We hope that tonight we've shared a few stories, and we encourage you to get back to the person that shared this video with you to learn a little more.
Thank you.
I was just going to share, I sold my first pet pad to a lady for her 4-year-old. That was their sleep system for the kid. Yeah.
That's great. So we've got something great. We want people to know about it. So get in touch with whoever shared this with you and find out more.